Hey everybody, it's Dave Ward here. I have a new tool that I'm very excited to share with you today. Something we created, actually, I'll just confess that I've just stolen this from Michelle Vitelli. So Michelle, you were the inspiration for this. Structured it a little bit differently. Essentially what it is the weekly accountability tracker for yourself. A lot of times we get people to say like, all right, well, now that I'm a coach, what do I need to do? What are those things I need to do each and every day? And what are those things that maybe I need to focus on once a week? So we've created a tool that's going to allow you to do that. So let me share my screen really quickly and we'll jump over to that. Just take a second. Oh, that was fast. Look how fast this is. Here we are at Fit Club Network Weekly Business Plan. And so what we've got up here at the top are the things that you really want to be doing each and every day. And then we've just created a little checkbox so that you can kind of go through, hold yourself accountable. One of the things about being an entrepreneur that I think is always challenging for people is you're the boss and you're the boss of you. So you have to learn how to hold yourself accountable. That's really how it's going to work here. You know, somebody like me or your sponsor or maybe your upline can do that to a certain extent, but until you really learn to hold yourself accountable, this business is not going to grow for you and you are not going to have independent coaches. So with that in mind, let's talk about it. First thing, all pretty basic stuff, right? Hey, wish people happy birthday. It's always a good way to start your day just by saying happy birthday to a few people. You know, you get a little bit of interaction going and you can kind of check in. What I always find is it's a reminder of those people who are not in my news feed. And I go, oh yeah, what about, you know, this person? I forgot about them because my news feed gets filled with, you know, extraneous nonsense, and happy birthdays will allow you to reconnect with some people, which is kind of cool. Sometimes on birthdays, by the way, what I'll do is if it's somebody I go, oh wow, how did I lose sight of this person? I'll set them as a close acquaintance on Facebook. So essentially what you can do is it'll show you all of their status updates. You may or may not want to do that because, again, you're going to get a lot of notifications every time they post a picture of them taking their dog for a walk or something. But it can be a really good way to reconnect with somebody. And once you start commenting on their stuff, you will pop up in their news feed. So just a little tip there. Add 4 to 8 new contacts every day. That's something you want to be doing. That can be really anywhere. You know, if you've worked with me, you know my definition of contact is pretty broad. I want to know people you know, essentially. So, you know, if you're walking your dog and you meet somebody and they've got a cool dog and you don't get their contact information, that is not a new contact because you don't have their info. But in that same interaction, if you meet somebody and your dogs are getting along really well and you say, hey, you know, do you come down here often? Maybe you're at a dog park or something like that. Come down here often? Yes, I do. Hey, let me get your contact info. Maybe we can meet down here because our dogs are playing really well together. Or it's your kids at a soccer game or whatever. If you have their contact information, they are a contact. That includes friends on Facebook and new contacts in other social media outlets as well. Starting 4 to 8 new conversations a day with these people. Again, it's just about adding people to your list and engaging them in conversation. Don't worry so much about the final outcome. Your job is to ask people. And sometimes I don't ask everybody that I meet. Sometimes it's not right. I can tell it's not going to be a good fit. And that's fine, you know, or maybe they're just kind of mean. Like every now and then I meet somebody who's mean or somebody who's really self-centered. The other day I met this person I was surfing, and she just wanted to talk about herself the whole time. You know, we sat there and we're like, gosh, can you even get a word in edgewise? That's not somebody I really want in my organization anyway. So, you know, while I have her contact information, she goes on my list. Not like super excited about that. Don't attach to the outcome. Just get focused on the results. Interact with 1 to 3 of your challenge group members. Interacting with them, you know, that kind of is going to depend on how you do things and how you run things. That might be in the group. It might also be just sending people a quick message. Hey, just checking in. How are you? You know, if you haven't seen somebody for a while in your group, check in with them. That's a good daily activity. Drink Shakeology, push play. That's just a must. That I think is what number 2 in our playbook content is push play and drink Shakeology. Get your workout done. Drink some Shakeology. It's good for you. Make you feel better. Personal development, 30 minutes on mindset or skill set. Really quickly, mindset stuff is more about how you think, your attitude, taking responsibility for your business, owning all of this stuff, that type of thing. It's really like what we would consider personal development when we talk about personal development. I want to highlight skill set too. I'm a big believer, and as I've been doing events with Danielle and Tony, Danielle and I really talk and hammer on skill set, that you need to have some personal development and skill set. What's that look like? Early on for me, it was about reading books about nutrition. I didn't know anything about nutrition. So I would read books, and I counted when I read The Primal Blueprint by Mark Sisson or any of the other books I've read, I counted that as my personal development because I was improving my skills. Might also be some social media training. For a lot of people who are doing like Jesse Reagan's training or some of the other social media trainings that are out there, that's totally personal development. You're getting better at being a coach. That skill set, you may not also need the mindset. You really got to assess these things and figure out, at different times, different things really resonate for me as well. So personal development, these are all your daily things. Then let's get into what a week in the life of a coach really, really looks like. So the first thing is you will notice Thursday is the first day of the week. Here's why. And this is, I want you to check in with this. And if you're not structuring your week like this, you need to, okay? Our week is not structured around the weekend. It's structured from Wednesday at 9 p.m. to Wednesday at 9 p.m. Thursday is the first day of the week. It's 9 p.m. Pacific, by the way. Why? Because that's when our computers roll over and they take a look at the previous week and they determine, okay, here's the sales you made. Here's what your commissions are going to be. Here's your coaches. So you can take a look at them Thursday morning and take a look and see if you're going to be able to hold the rank that you believe you're going to hold. So that's why on Thursday, let me talk about this really quickly and then I'll get to the themes. Check your paycheck and update the tracker spreadsheet. There's a spreadsheet tracker that we have created that makes it really, really easy for you to track up to 3 business centers, and you can just add up all your paychecks and it'll even tell you what you owe the government in taxes, and you have to just change the tax rate. But update your spreadsheet. It's really important to do that so that you get a weekly average. Most people's paycheck goes up and down and up and down. The last week of the month is usually really good. First week of the month is usually not very good at all. And you want to get an average. And if you update the spreadsheet, you'll get that. Analyze your rank for the following week is the second thing. Again, this is your first opportunity to take a look at what's going to happen next Wednesday night. So if you're a diamond coach and you're right on the edge of diamond, you're wondering, am I going to be a diamond coach next week? You go into your back office and take a look. And maybe there's a coach who's showing inactive. Well, you can do one of two things in a situation like that. The first one is you can wait until Wednesday night at 7 o'clock to handle it. Or you can start a week early reaching out to that person and say, hey, did you pause your Shakeology? What's going on? Have a conversation and figure out what's going on. And maybe you need to sign a new coach. I'd rather know that I need a new coach with a week in advance to hold rank than I would finding out several hours before because I just had waited that long to check in. So that's one of those things on Thursday morning that I always want you doing. Recognizing rank advancements, Success Club, things like that. Also, leadership ladder is another thing. I also look at volume every week. If you're in the FCN coaches group, I do a weekly volume report where I'm laying it all out there and showing you. When do I do that? I do that Thursday morning. Thursday morning, I just block off time and I do a deep dive on my business. I look at my paycheck. I make sure that it's correct. I look at what's happening in the organization, make sure we're going to be all good for next week. And then I take a look at what you guys are doing and make sure that I'm putting some recognition out there for your hard efforts. So that's the sort of day on Thursday. And so we have this divided up into team and customers and then these themes. The themes really are just designed to help you kind of spark some ideas. If you're here on a Thursday and you can't think of anything to talk about, do a gratitude post and tag it #Thankful Thursday or, thoughtful or throwback Thursday. Just giving you some ideas of things you can talk about that are going to make it easy for you to have those social media posts to just kind of keep traction going on your business. Sorry, that's something to share. With your customer, share your story. Again, that's why these things work really well. Throwback Thursday, if you've had a great physical transformation or a great mental transformation, you can post a picture of, your before and afters maybe with a Throwback Thursday or a Thankful Thursday, that sort of thing. That will really help people connect with you, which I think is just really important. So moving on, Friday. Again, we got our themes for Friday, Fit Friday, Flex Friday, all that stuff. Post a link to team call or team training. Friday's a good day, okay, with your team to get them just thinking about things. People are usually in a good mood. Maybe they're at a job that they're not super thrilled about, but they're looking at the weekend going, yes, this is a good time to say, hey, here's some training. Check this out. I know you're probably having a slow day at work. You can find a little time to watch a training. However, Friday, in my opinion, is the best day to recruit. Exactly the same reason. It's exactly the same reason. People are at jobs, they're looking at the weekend, they've got some free time. So this is a great time to invite somebody, and there's a reason we have this. Invite 3 people to the coaching opportunity, if I would you. We talk about this a lot, but I'm gonna go over it really quickly again, it's super important. If I would you, that is the invitation. The invitation is, if I sent you a short video that explains who we are and what we do as Team Beachbody coaches, would you take some time and look that over? It's not sending somebody a link without getting their permission. If you use the if I would you, what you do is you get their permission to send you the link and to follow up with you. And if they're not interested in our business at all, they'll just tell you right there. I just had this situation today where I have somebody, we had a conversation. I thought she was really interested in Shakeology. I sent her a message today and I said, hey, if I sent you a couple of samples of Shakeology, would you go into it with an open mind, try it, follow some instructions and use the recipe? And she said no. She's like, you know what? I'm just not a shake person. And, I probably should have told you that when we were talking, but I didn't want to hurt your feelings. And I was like, no, listen, great. I don't, do I like getting a no? No, I don't like getting a no, but I'd rather know before I send her the Shakeology sample or before I share the link with her about my business opportunity. She's not a shake person. She's not a shake person. My job is to ask. Her job is to decide. So make sure on that Friday, that's a really good time to invite. Then if you get a yes, somebody says, yes, I would like you to share that video with them. Send them the introduction to Team Beachbody video or whatever video you guys use to talk about the coach opportunity. Then email your new customer leads. This is a great time. Just go into your back office and see, do I have new customer leads from the lead programs that Beachbody has? If so, try to reach out to them. The hit rate on those or the response rate is sometimes very low, and I understand that. And I've been doing this, again, almost 10 years now. And the hit rate's always been really low. It doesn't stop me from reaching out to those people because sometimes you get a person like a Todd Midget. Todd Midget, those of you guys who know Todd was a customer lead assigned to Monica. Monica reached out to him, and she actually reached out to him right before he was thinking about switching to another coach. Had she not done that, Todd would have been somebody else's multiple-time elite Star Diamond coach. So reach out to your customer leads. It's worth it. All right, move on to Saturday. Saturday, again, we've got some ideas for Saturday just to keep your social media profile going. I like to give the team a day off on Saturday. Some people, when I'm working one-on-one with people, Saturday sometimes is the day they block off, like Saturday morning or whatever, to do trainings. That's fine. If you've got those people, I think that's cool. Otherwise, I try to let people have that day or maybe even Sunday, and you'll see Sunday's pretty light too. Maybe even Sunday, just to be able to connect with their families. I think it's so important. There's my dryer. Live television, ladies and gentlemen. That's my dryer. I don't know why they made that buzzer so loud. Anyway, I like to give them kind of give them the weekend off and have some respect for them. Let them choose to do some training on the weekend if they want to. But on Saturday, I think it's a great idea to do what we call a full disclosure post. Full disclosure post, look, if you went and blew it on Friday, it's okay to tell people that. I think people try to be too perfect. As coaches, that's not our job. Our job is not to be perfect nutrition experts or anything like that. It's really about being real people. And odds are that you're going to get some response to that says, wow, I really appreciate, you letting me know that this is your life and that you have things that you do that aren't always in perfect alignment with 100% of fitness and nutrition and health and wellness and all that stuff. Sometimes, you go off the rails. And it's okay to tell people that. Conversely, if you went to a party and you didn't have any cocktails and you didn't eat the pizza that was there and you didn't have the cake or whatever it was, tell people that too. Let them know that it's okay to win. But it's about honesty, right? This is another thing I think on Saturday for your customers is to look forward. Look forward to the group. What are you guys doing that week? What's happening with your group? Is it maybe a recovery week in one of our programs? That's a really important time to kind of go, okay, what am I going to talk about this week, right? Because it's maybe a transitional week. Just take some time with it and think about what am I going to post this week. Sunday, again, Sunday Fun Day. We've got all the themes here. Post the link for the National Wake Up Call. The National Wake Up Call usually goes sometime around noon Beachbody will post the graphic for that. Post it in the group. And I'll tell you what, if you're in the Fit Club Network group and you see the graphic and I haven't posted it yet, post it. Post it. You don't need my permission to do something like that. In fact, I would really, really appreciate it, and I will give you a massive thumbs up if you help me by helping everybody and post the link to that. And post it in whatever other team pages you may be in as well. Okay, connecting with customers, checking in with your like page. If you've got a Facebook like page, Sunday is a great day to do exactly what I was talking about with the challenge group. Kind of look forward and say, okay, what am I going to do this week? Do I maybe have a theme for my like page this week? What's it going to be? Is it nutrition, fitness, motivation, whatever? And then schedule it out. Take some time with it and schedule it out. Facebook, one of the cool things about Facebook, I love when they did this. When I went on vacation, I scheduled a ton of posts in advance and they just trickled them right out. Thank you, Facebook, for letting us do that. And then YouTube videos, if you have a blog, that sort of thing. Sundays are always a really good day to just kind of take some time with that and, and nail that. Again, if you're a big family person and this is sacred time for you, move these things to another day. That's okay. Just giving you an idea of what it looks like and how you divide this stuff up throughout the week. All right, Monday. Monday is a good training day. I think sometimes Monday is a day where people don't want to be at their jobs. And they seem to be more receptive to learning a little bit more about our Beachbody opportunity and saying to him, hey, take the time, maybe learn this thing, and you won't have to do this job that you're maybe not very happy with. So Monday can be a really good day. People tend to be very receptive to that. Remind them to listen to the National Wake Up Call. That may be reminding them to listen to the recording. I mostly listen to the recording, believe it or not. It just seems to work better on my schedule. And I'll do it later in the day and watch and listen to the recording. Check in with your leaders. This, again, is team-based stuff. Check in with your leaders. If you're saying to me, I don't have any leaders, Dave, well, check in with your coaches. Doesn't matter if they're just discount people. Just set the habit of checking in with people, making sure that they feel cared for and they feel taken care of and they feel like you have their interests in mind. If you just set that intention and get habitual about it, when you do have leaders, you'll already be in the habit. Jim Rohn kind of talks about this when it comes to charity, and he talks about giving 10% of your paycheck. And so let's start by giving it $1 out of every 10, because it's easy to give $1 out of every 10. Some people will say, well, I'll wait until I have $1 million and then I'll give $100,000. And he says, well, I'm not so sure. Let's start you when the numbers aren't so big. Start this habit and it will really help you carry forward. Again, film and share a workout video. Most people struggle on the weekends with maintaining their health and fitness. Monday is a day where we have the ability to engage people and we have the ability to really motivate people, and a good time to kind of do that. Tuesday's a team day. You might have a team call on either Monday or Tuesday as well. Add that if that's your thing. You can add that. I'm going to have this document here in a couple different forms. A PDF that's just easy to print, and then we'll also have it in a like a spreadsheet form, so you can edit it a little bit. And please feel free to do that. I think this will really help you if you use it. So Tuesday, check in with any new coaches you might have. Interact with your coaches. Again, this is just a good day to connect with your team. Schedule one-on-one calls. I am a huge fan of one-on-one calls. They are time-consuming. They can be difficult to schedule. And when you're new at this, they're difficult, to just be honest with you. But they move the needle more than anything else that I've ever found in this business. Just getting on the phone with somebody and talking to them about what's going on, how their business is going, what things they need to learn. You may not be in a position to teach them everything you need to learn. But if you're paying attention to our YouTube channel and all the trainings that I put out, the information is there and you can help connect them to it. That may be all they need to just take off. Because maybe they don't know about this video or this spreadsheet. What if you just did that? Hey, let's have a one-on-one call. Talk about the weekly business plan. Let me lay it out for you. Share this video with them and then get on the phone and talk to them about it. Very, very important, scheduling one-on-one calls. Film a Facebook Live tip. Again, Tuesday is just kind of one of those days. People, I think, they're like, oh, it's just Tuesday. Kind of at the grind. It's a day where Facebook Live has good traction in the social media world. Transformation story. Again, Transformation Tuesday is one of our themes. Share a transformation story. If it's one of your customers or your own, that's fantastic. If you don't have one of those two things, go to Beachbody. And actually, I will say this, don't overshare your own transformation. It's important that you are featuring other people. That's really the hallmark of leaders, is they feature other people. Sometimes I look at my Facebook page and I go, oh my gosh, there's way too much of me on it. And I know it's mine, so it's supposed to be about me. But when I start to shift that and it starts to become about other people and their success, I get a lot more traction. People pay attention, and it makes people feel good, especially if they're your people that you're featuring, right? Wednesday, again, end of the week, 9 p.m. Pacific time. The week is over. End of Wednesday, we have our themes here. Double check the Coach Online office. Okay, when you check it on Thursday and you look at your diamond status or emerald or ruby status or star diamond status, it looks good. You need to go back and double check it just to make sure. All right, and I will tell you, if you're in qualifications for something like the Star Diamond bonus, which is a 6-week qualification period, or Elite or Premier or something like that, I used to always just take a screenshot. Just in case something funky happened and I woke up the next day and it wasn't right, I could go back and send that screenshot to Coach Relations and say, hey, when I checked this thing yesterday, everything was good. What happened? And they go, oh, geez, you know what? We processed a return on Wednesday night. We are not supposed to do that. Apologize. We'll reverse that transaction and reprocess it on Thursday. So you get to hold rank. So you got a whole nother week to deal with those things. It helps if you have a screenshot, if you're in qualifications for something. As a general matter, I don't think you need to take a screenshot of your downline every single week, but you do need to really check in with it. Then 5 to 10 like page connects. Focus on building this like page. I know at times it seems very tedious and you think, oh my gosh, I've got 1,000 people that like my page and only 5 of them see something when I post it. I know, but I just tell you based on experience, it really will pay to build a like page. And eventually, if you do want to run something like a Facebook ad, you've got to have a like page to do that. And the better and more interactive your like page is, the more likely you're going to be to have success with that ad. So that's it. That's our weekly business plan that I have for you guys. I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that you'll use this thing. Again, feel free to edit this thing. And I would love to hear some feedback from you guys. If you have like elements of this where you think, oh, geez, Dave, you just totally missed this point. This is something I do every week that has huge results for me. Let me know. I'm hopefully, if you've worked with me, I'm pretty flexible when it comes to stuff like this. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know what works. Okay, so that is our weekly business tracker. I'm going to wrap it up now, and thanks for taking the time to look this over, and I wish you all the best with your Team Beachbody business. All right, let's go.